Hey everyone, and welcome to another day of the vlog. Sorry, this one's a little bit later. I had filmed a pretty good video actually this morning, and I've been waiting all afternoon for the iMovie to work its magic and stabilize this video. I waited an hour and a half for this thing to process. Let me show you the result of all its work. This is 2019 technology at its max. You ready? Here you go. This is how it thought was the best way to stabilize a video. Does that not look stable to you? Amazing, right? Like, their way of stabilizing is one of two ways. Either we're going to move the screen around so much that you can't even notice that it's shaking, or the other option, let me show you this. The other option is that the other option is this, that they zoom in to one pigment on your face and cut out the rest of the screen. That looks great, doesn't it? Anyways, the software is not there. I also downloaded two different software video editors, and both of them were completely useless. Wondershare Video Editor, which continues to send me ads, even though it's utterly useless. And then this other Shotcut one, which the name of it to me even just sounds like a virus, but nonetheless, it got good reviews. However, having said that, it took it an hour to get it to 1%. So, I mean, I don't understand this analyzing the dominant motion. How complicated is it? Is right, left, right, left. That's the dominant motion when someone's running. It's not that complicated to analyze. But anyways, so we'll catch back in outside, chat about what I chatted about earlier. Maybe I'll be able to go through it quicker now that I've had a practice run of it. Just about yesterday's race and how that went, and just what's going on today, since I guess this video will now double as a 2-day video. Alrighty, catch back in outside. Alrighty, so now I'll take extra precautions not to get any shakiness, not to blow another video here, so I'll stop moving. But just be outside because that took an incredible amount of time to try to fix that, and it didn't end up working. So I want to get some air before my bike at least starts here. Anyway, so what was I talking about in the video? Well, first of all, I was on just an easy kind of hour-long run. I was out on the trail, and it was muddy. Hopefully I can input a little bit of that. You ever feel like you're running in mud? Like you're not moving anywhere, like you're in quicksand or something? Oh yeah, that's because we are running in mud. I don't know what's going on here. Yvonne, like, they ripped up this trail and never put gravel back on it. They just ripped the gravel out and that was it. End of story. It was pretty muddy, but nonetheless, beautiful day out for sure, so nothing to complain about in terms of the weather. Yeah, so did easy hour run, ended up being, I think, 14K, and then went off and did a 1 hour swim. Did a little set in there, again, just to kind of keep occupied throughout. And now I'll end up doing about an hour bike, and then a 30-minute little strength workout to round off the day. But anyways, in the video, what I was mostly talking about was the KISS Community League race that happened last night, on Thursday night. It was my best result actually in terms of placing. It was 10th overall in the race, and put actually, I think, a season best in terms of average power for that length of a race. So it was 40 minutes total was the race, and did 309 watts, so 5.3 watts per kilogram. And normalized power, I think, was 325 or so. So it's higher than that, like 5.7 or whatever that would work out to. So it was definitely high power. And I stayed in there. I made some moves throughout the race, so I was quite happy with my effort overall. And Box Hill, we were just flying up that thing. Like, we did 5:30 the first time around, and then guys were going 5:21 the second time around. Like, holy moly, that's fast. But yeah, so very happy with my performance on the race. I still obviously have room to improve for sure. I got dropped, not like a huge, like I didn't get dropped like incredibly. Just it was a minute from the top on the second climb. It really is just incredible to me, you know, the difference with some of these top end cyclists versus me, a triathlete, and that is that they're just able to go from like VO2 max power and throw in that 10-second surge, and that's all it takes. You know, I only missed, it was just a 10-second move that I missed. And not missed, but just couldn't respond to. And to be fair, I was pretty darn tired heading into this race, and you saw that, like me talking about that in the video from yesterday. So I was tired going in, but I mean that's not really an excuse. I don't think on my best day I could have stayed with that move, because it's like I said, these guys are able to go from, you know, 7 watts per kg, 5-minute power type effort, and then surge up for 10 seconds to like 12 watts per kilogram. And it's just that 10 seconds that I can't do at this point. And I think a lot of it's just, it's like, you know, here I built this base to get to this, you know, Project 400, to be able to hold that. And I feel like these other guys have that number like as a foundation, and they're now working off of that number. So I think for me it's just going to come with time, and that is, you know, the more comfortable I get at that number, then I can kind of, like I said, work off of it and kind of build intervals around that. And I've experimented a little bit with that this year, doing some of the over-under type workouts at around that 400, so like sitting at 380 and I'm bumping up to 450. But it's clearly, you're going to need more than 450 in terms of the surge. Like the guys were pounding up to 700 watts, right? So I'm not saying I'll be able to do 700 out of that, but I definitely need to be able to surge up to, you know, 580 or something. So around that 10 watt per kg number for 10 seconds out of that VO2 max type zone. Overall, like I said, I'm quite proud with my performance, and it was very good performance. I did kind of mix it up in there, and I threw in a couple moves here or there, and even actually almost had a little thing off the front. I gave it a little go, but the downhill just came a little bit too fast, and my lead got swallowed up very quickly. But anyway, so it was a great race overall, and again, thanks so much to Indoor Specialist for having me on. That kind of for sure gave me some motivation, because I was quite tired going in. That did kind of give me that push that I needed. And, you know, congrats to all the guys in that race. It was a phenomenal race to be a part of. Like, it was smoking fast. Like I said, like we were just hammering up Box Hill. At 7 watts per kilo. I think I did 382 up it, so it's like 6'8", something like that, with surges in it and some recoveries in it. So I mean, it was high power, no question about it. I'll show some highlights of that right now. Just a couple minutes of it, just to see what that layout looked like. It was pretty fun to be a part of. Sorry again, no training footage. I gotta figure something out with the camera or something like that, because I'd love to be able to take you on some of these runs with me. You know, it's just, you know, for cycling it's a lot easier, right? You're not moving, right? Or even when you're on a bike, you know, there's no bumpiness to it. But it's just I'm struggling to figure out a way that I can actually take you along on some of this training. Like other than just the bike, and I don't want to have it be just bike every single day on Zwift, right? Because I figure that's probably for you gonna get, and for me editing, it'll get a little bit stale. So I'd love to be able to, like, one, I'd like to be able to take you to the pool. Unfortunately, my pool doesn't allow filming, so it's tough to do. And then two, I'd like to be able to take you out on a run with me, but it's unless I have my dad coming along. And obviously he's working throughout the day, then it's based on today, it's like I got a spring, I guess, for the GoPro 7 or something. Apparently the stabilization is very good on that. So yeah, if you guys have, like, you know, experience like doing films, doing vlog films type thing while out running, like, and if you've used that GoPro 7, like, shoot a comment down below. Love to hear, like, if it's actually worth it, because I do have a GoPro, but like the stabilization on it, I'd say, is no different than this iPhone, which is nil. So yeah, I'd love to hear, like, is it worth the money? because like I said, like if it is, then you know I'll think about it, or at least work myself up towards getting it, win some races, and then we'll think about it. But yeah, so if you've tried that out and you find it helps a lot, then let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it. But once, as usual, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. That's normally when I'm posting, and I would have posted today, but there was an issue, obviously. Anyways, all right. Thanks again. See you later.
Our good buddy Frank Sorbara, Draft's newest member. Frank digs deeper than any rider I know on Zwift, and you'll see it in his face. That's why we love Frank, because he wears his heart on his sleeve. He has more passion and more love for the game than a lot of these guys out here. All of these guys, I think all 10 of the top times ever up Box Hill are in this race right now. I want to look at the faces. Brenland in the top left, he's looking focused. Dan Fleeman in the bottom left, he's going hard, but nothing out of control. There's Frank in the top right. Now Frank can get pretty crazy, and for this, Frank at 185, he's looking good, very comfortable. And there's Alex West in the bottom right, looks very comfortable also. All these guys are seated, laser focused. We're going up this hill 2 times. Frank Sorbara, Team Draft. Frank is looking great, sitting in the saddle. I want to find Frank, always on the front. We keep finding Frank. If it's where's Frank, we just look to the front and there's Frank. And here he goes, red numbers now. Frank is trying to catch everybody off guard. Okay, let's focus on Frank. Here's Dan Fleeman. Okay, there's Frank. He's still holding 6.0. I'm wondering if anyone's going to go with him. But Box Hill's coming again. I think everyone's still exhausted from that first round up box. But Frank's going to go for it. He's going 6. He's really going to try to keep the watts on. 300 plus, close to 400 watts. 6.0, 7.0. Let's check out the back view of Frank. Okay, no one's really making a move. I wonder, Alex West is just sitting in. I know Alex West is a threat, but no one's really going after. Everyone's still kind of looking around in the pack. Voyaston still at 3.0. Brennan. Oh, and Frank is going again. He's going with his move. This is Frank's move. So I think he's determined, because this is a Dart Frog move. I wonder if the Dart Frog is going to go for this one. Okay, there's Frank. Still off the front. Still hovering around this 4 or 5 second area. I'm looking for any other attacks. Dan Fleeman. There goes Dan. Bottom left. Let's show Dan. Okay, there's Dan out of the saddle, giving it everything. 183 heart rate, 600 watts. Oh my goodness, and the arrow power up. This is all in, boys. This is all in. Dan Fleeman's going all in. He pushed the chips. No backsies on this one. All in. Wow, even after that attack. And Frank's got it. I just saw a red number pop out, 500 watts. He's going to latch on again. 185 heart rate. They're all together again. The Dart, 186. Oh, again. No, it's not Dan Fleeman. It's Sam Lindsay this time. Sam Lindsay crested. He's going up for one more 5% incline and then the KOM banner. So Sam Lindsay, Alex West, they're all still strung out, but I think they're all still in this draft. Phenomenal job by Dan Fleeman. And in the top right, Frank just on the front the entire first lap and a half. Just leading the pack, making moves all over the place at the most unexpected times. And then Alex West with his late feather out of the escalator, not during the escalator, beyond the escalator, just to try to trick everyone, and it worked. He had that pack of 3, and the winner came out of that pack of 3. So huge props to Alex. Look at those times of 5:21, some of the fastest times up Box Hill.